one of the most common trends in modern web design is to use circular images, and in particular if you have images of people, they tend to be in cropped circles rather than in rectangles or squares like this. We looked previously at how you could do this directly in mockups, but if we want to do it to an image that we're actually going to upload to a real website, we want to make sure we have the smallest file size possible for that image. So it makes sense to do it before we actually upload it to the website itself, so that we have no unnecessary data that we're just kind of cropping out of the image. So that's why we'll look at how we can do it in Photoshop here. So here's the image I'm going to use. I'm going to start with this elliptical marquee tool. If you can't see that, it'll probably be under the rectangular marquee tool. So you just right click and choose elliptical. Now if you click and drag, you can see you can draw your sort of circle or ellipse here, but it doesn't stay in a perfect circle. If you hold down Shift while you're doing that, it will stay in a perfect circle. And also when you start clicking and dragging, if you hold down Alt beforehand, it'll draw from the middle rather than from the side. A little bit hard to describe, but it's just a little bit easier if, say, I want to click in the middle of the face here, hold down Alt, click and drag, and you can see the circle draws out from the middle, rather than if I don't hold Alt and I click and drag, the circle comes out to the side. If I want to deselect the active selection there, it's just Control D on the keyboard. So I'm going to start in the middle here, hold down Alt and Shift, so I have a circle that's coming out from the middle, and get to the size that I'm after, so let's say about that. Then I can actually just click and drag this around to position it where I want, which that looks pretty good like that. Then I'm just going to right click and select Inverse, so that I've got everything other than that circle selected. And I can just get my eraser tool. There's lots of different ways that you can do this, but then I can just quickly go around like this and delete out all of the background. So that's one way of removing the background and making it into a circular image. I'm going to press Control D to deselect everything, and then go to my crop tool and just crop it in so it's nice and tight to that circle. Okay, so I've cropped my image down now so it's just basically the circle, but we do still have this white background. So if we were putting this image onto a website that didn't have a white background, we'd have that showing up, which we don't want obviously. So if we right click on the eraser tool, go to Magic Eraser, and then just simply click in the white background, you can see it becomes transparent. Now the key thing for the next step is that we don't save it as a JPEG, because JPEGs don't support transparency, and that would just become white again. So when we save it, if we go to Save As, and we make sure that we select a PNG format, this format down here, and then it will preserve that transparency, so that if we upload it to our website, you will have a transparent background.